Welcome to another AIK video of the week. My name is Dan, this is Tarek, and we have quite a treat this week. What we're going to go through is not one particular exercise like a lot of our other videos, but rather a movement continuum. What do I mean by that? Is that we're going to go through the hip hinge and where you should start a client and where it can possibly lead to, what exercises it can lead to once they accomplish the preceding exercises. So what we're going to do is we're going to start Tarek down on his back. Alright, now the hip hinge is a foundational movement. We need it for our kettlebell swings, we need it for our deadlifts. It's also one of the most powerful movements in the body. But what we want to do is make sure that they can actually do it in a more simplified context. So here we have Tarek going through his hip hinges. Now he's doing a couple of little things. Tarek, how come you've got your toes off the ground and you're pushing through your heels?
It actually activates the glute medius more. So if I come up, and hence the glute medius is more activated.
And
elevation.
How come you've got your hands there?
Well, it just makes the movement a little bit more difficult. If I want to regress it, I can actually put my hands to the side, and that's going to help me actually elevate to extension.
So what we're looking for here is we're looking for terminal hip extension. We really want to make sure that we're getting terminal hip extension at this point. He should be squeezing his glutes, and I actually want him to be feeling it through your glutes. So are you feeling that through your glutes? Absolutely. So he's accomplishing this really, really well, which means we can now progress along our hip hinge continuum. So the next movement we're going to do is a kneeling based movement. So we're going to get Tarek, his knees up on his back, and what he's going to do is he's going to do a kneeling power bag deadlift. Now, the reason we go to the kneeling as opposed to standing is we just take out the foot joint. It's just easier at this point in time. There's less to think about and do. Now, a couple of key features here. Everything's done with a neutral spine, okay? So, you can see that he's tucking his chin in. Again, the hip extension. This is terminal hip extension. The hips are coming all the way through the bag. And what we want to see is we don't want to see the bum touch the knees. If the bum touches the knees, it means that he's moving through the knees, like so, as opposed to moving through the hips. All right, he's now earned the right to go into a standing position. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a limited range of movement, standing power bag deadlift. And Tarek's just stacked one bag on top of another. Okay, now we've got the same movement in a standing position. Now how could we progress this a little more? So what we do is from here,
Go into our third installment, which is just simply to be able to do a standing deadlift without any props, using props. So what I've done here is I've increased the range into a pure deadlift position.
And you can see he's earned the right. He's holding his neutral spine, he's getting terminal hip extension, he's feeling it in all the right places. Now we can go to our kettlebell swing. Now where a lot of people get it wrong is they start people off and they haven't earned the right, they haven't shown good hip hinge biomechanics. So what we've done is we've taken the client through a number of steps so they can actually do the movement correctly and get the most from it. So Tarek's now going to go to our kettlebell swing, use a standard two-hand swing. And as you can see, it's the same movement, but now we have a dynamic, uneven load. And it's become more complex, but he's earned his way to this difficulty of exercise. So there you have our hip hinge continuum in its entirety. Thank you very much, guys.